New Mega Bonk update. Yeah. We're not going to play it today. We might play a bit next week. Next week, I'm going to play Look Outside. And if I get sick of that for the rest of that gaming stream, we'll play Mega Bonk or whatever. Spooky update to Mega Bonk. Yo! A little bit of a twist on the formula with the new map where you have the little dungeon escape section at the start. Is my voice going again? I don't know, maybe a bit. I've been coughing a lot. I was in Manchester, so my lungs are full of disease. Oh, I sound quieter. I mean, I turned my mic and stuff down because I noticed it was clipping without me being that loud. So I turned down the gain on my preamp. I'm bald. I'm not bald enough. I skipped the shave day, so I've got a bit of. You hear this? I've got a bit of the old fuzz on Velveteen. Survived the Christmas market. Because people are like, oh, you're gonna get run over. No, I'm not. There are big fucking metal bollards all around the Christmas market. So, all around Piccadilly Gardens, they have the big metal bollards that stop any cars from getting through. So no, I was safe from that. If someone wanted to shoot me, I'd be fucked. But no, you know, they've made it a harder target. The street down from Piccadilly Station to Piccadilly Gardens, though, is of course fully open and like full of people. If someone wanted to do an attack, they could just do it there. But no, I didn't get hit by a car today, and I consider that to be a good day. I do feel like incredibly sick. I ate so much fucking food. I brought like Tupperware and Saran wrap with me so that I could like taste stuff and put it away. But Manchester Market is too decentralized to be a real risk. There's the Piccadilly Gardens food cluster gets pretty packed. The longer like high street stretch with all the tat vendors is packed as fuck. But I think there are bollards blocking that as well. Definitely enough people that if someone wanted to do an attack, it would be a good target. Now, before I get put in prison because I get clipped as if I'm giving advice to jihadists, let's stop talking that. Oh. Most of the stuff I tried couldn't really be put in Tupperware or wrapped up nicely and put in my backpack. So I brought home like a couple things, but I ate all of this. That was pretty fucking big. I ate the Brit Slop bowl. You're going to jail with the new Islamophobia definition? Whatever, who gives a fuck? That was AI? I literally ate it. It's not AI. Oh my fuck. I spent so much fucking money today. I got so, like, everything's £10. Everything at a Christmas market is £10. Can I just have a bottle of water? £10. Everything. Can I have a hot chocolate? That's £7. Alright. Oh. Yeah, I spent like £70 on food, and I ate 6 things, and I spent £70 on food. Something like that. It's crazy. No wonder people like to drive into them. Yeah, when you think about it like that. Real expensive. And most of it wasn't very good, but that video will go up on Christmas Day. Yeah. Oh. Full-time job of being a street urchin? Excuse me? People are giving the homeless so much food. Everyone has this idea that, like, it's Christmas, I'm going to be nice to the homeless. And then they give the homeless food. And there's, like, a guy sitting there with a bottle of wine and, like, a pile of Popeye's chicken stuff and then stuff from vending stalls. He's not gonna. He's just gonna. You're just gonna have a homeless person with mold next to him. He's not eating all of it. He can't. He'd be sick. It doesn't work like that. Pretend to be homeless next time. There was a lot of shit that was not good, and I got like gypped on the hot chocolate. I didn't get all the toppings I was supposed to have, and very rarely have a great experience at these kinds of places. What I showed you just then, though, that was really good. The Yorkie, the giant Yorkie, that's good. It's good. The different elements range from like really good to okay, but it averages out to being like, yeah, pretty good. Oh. Did they have a Christmas burrito? There were, I believe, so the way Manchester Christmas Market works is, I only had stuff from the Piccadilly Gardens. Like, Piccadilly Gardens is like this cluster of food vendors, and I just ate stuff there. But there are 10 different spots in Manchester that are Christmas markets, so it's not just one place. Like, there's a long strip along the sort of more the main high street, I guess you'd call it, where it's mostly people selling a bunch of shit, bunch of tat, but with a couple food stalls. There's another place that has some more food stalls. If you wanted to try everything, you'd need to go with like a team of people, be very well prepared to take a lot of food home, or rupture your stomach by eating everything. So I sort of just did one area, and it's like one of the main areas where everything is food. Yeah, shit, what did you even ask me? Oh, did they have a Christmas burrito? I believe there were at least 2 or 3 stalls that had Christmas burritos. And the Christmas dinner in a giant Yorkshire that I had, if you wanted to, you could just pick it up and wrap it if you wanted to. Like, eat a little bit of it and then wrap it. That's what I did at the end. Right. Apparently Frogan's having trouble. We're going to look at Frogan's trouble, then we're going to watch this, we'll watch another Kiwi Tapes video. I hope he doesn't mind. Because people have been recommending Andy Ditch to me a lot, and there was specifically a video. Did you see it when I put the picture up, Sarah? Like, this is the kind of food that like doesn't look good, but is good. Like, it doesn't, like, look at it. It doesn't look good, but it's good. Trust me. Trust me. You know, you can see on the top there, mash with gravy. That thing at the back is stuffing. Then there's cranberry sauce and mint sauce. The mash has chocolate on top. No, it doesn't. The mash has cheese on top that they melted in a little grill for me. And then underneath everything else is a bunch of roast chicken in a different kind of gravy with, you know, peas, carrots, and, you know, all sorts of Christmas veg. Yeah. The chicken underneath is in a different gravy. So the gravy on top was just like, it's fine. It's just a brown gravy. The gravy the chicken itself was in was good as fuck. The gravy that the chicken that they gravy they serve the chicken in is so fucking good. Depth of field blur. It's just a lens blur. I just put a lens blur on it so that it makes the item pop when it's a tiny thumbnail. I think lens blur makes whatever you have at the center pop really hard. Suppose I could do another little thought. See, like when you have that as a YouTube thumbnail, it almost makes it look like it's bulging out at you when you do lens blur. What's the black stuff? It's actually the black stuff is actually just a very, very dark green. It is mint sauce. The one thing on it that was bad, and it's optional. The one thing on that was fucking bad. The mint sauce was like fucking weird. It tasted like toothpaste. Like, not good. Not good. It's AI, you fucking bald AI bastard. It's not AI. Additionally, you just do. There's no AI. People. Um, people are like, we need, look, they're taking Christmas out of public life, whatever. We need our Christmas trees. You'll be happy to know at Manchester Piccadilly Station they had the traditional Netflix ad Christmas tree. With a giant, they had the end tree. I didn't think you were supposed to hang ends in trees anymore, but apparently it's festive. Zero, don't say kill them all after that joke of mine. Careful, careful. I know that's not what you were saying in reference to, but there's you'll never guess what food you can get. The building on the left, you'll never guess what food is in there. Never in a million fucking years. Anyway, Frogan. People have been sending me people reacting to this clip of Frogan. I'm just gonna raw dog Frogan directly. She's upset or something. She's got her claws out.
And Twitch streaming sucks. I fucking hate it. It's been bad for a few months.
Yeah, but just have fun with it. Like,
to have fun with it? Do something else.
if you have fun with it, it doesn't matter. Forget about the money. Just have fun.
That guy's fucking retarded. If she streams a load, if she's using up a lot of time doing it, then it matters that you're getting a return. Right? Just have fun with it. Just have fun for 10 hours a day and don't... I don't know how much she streams. Does she stream a lot? Just spend all day having fun. Thanks.
It's my job, though.
Also, it's not your job. Job. It's not employment. You're self-employed. You're self-employed. Your job is to make... When you are self-employed, your job is to make enough money by any means necessary. These fucking raped, coddled socialists think they're entitled to have any endeavor of theirs treated as if it's a job, and they start to think they have like workers' rights in terms of like a guaranteed minimum income. No, you decided to opt for self-employment, which has pluses and minuses, has ups and downs, pros and cons. One of the cons is you can't just, like, if you decide I'm going to go outside and beg, you can't then like rail against the public for not putting a minimum wage into your begging cup. It really doesn't work like that.
I have to focus on the fucking money.
True.
I know you do, but that's...
It's your profession. Job carries more implications with it.
Unfortunately, like, you can't control the money. You can only control the content, you know? Like, you can't control how much money people give you. That's not going to be something you can control. You can just control on how much fun you have, and then hopefully money will come, you know?
I guess.
Why are you having this talk on stream? Why are you doing this on stream as well? It is kinda, to borrow their favorite words, one of their favorite words. That's fucking gross.
No, it's like honestly, like, you can't control it. People are...
Once you do this is like, there are a few things that make you cross the line into you are an e-beggar. If you do this on stream, you're an e-beggar.
We're hurting right now. It's not a great time for anyone to like be giving, you know, discretionary funds.
As a streamer, so this is e-begging. You are an e-beggar now. What you should be as a streamer is an e-busker. You should be giving people a good enough time, have people feel like they've had a good enough time, that when they have some spare bit of cash, they throw you a tip. They're like, all right, Gov, all right, mate, here's a $5 or whatever. Had a good time for a few months, have £5, whatever.
funds. So if you just have fun, like you're gonna make money. Like do your fun stuff. I love when I see you. I was just fucking with you, but I really do like when you do like silly stuff. You're really funny at that stuff. Like the Joker thing that we did together, that was hilarious. I'll come back to streaming if you do Joker.
Nobody wants you back.
Everybody
Finish
hey,
your
dude,
fucking YouTube video first before you come back to stream.
I got yelled at today by my editor.
I might end up if I at some point I might end up doing more gaming, but it would be like Twitch only gaming stream or something, just because of how doing gaming on YouTube hits you, and I think that is bad for your channel because YouTube's insane. Maybe I could be wrong, but if I ever have free time and I feel like gaming, I'd just do it. I'd just stream.
He was gonna text you. He was so mad at me. I was like, I'm sorry.
Why?
I got really yelled at. Like I got fucking. He threatened to quit
Why?
because I kept changing it. He was like, if I have to edit this one more time, I'm fucking stopping. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm just. So...
All right. Now we're gonna steal from Kiwi Tapes. Let me actually go ahead and look. Gaming is just reacting to a video game instead of something way more interesting. Close. Gaming is really jingling keys while you react to chat instead of something way, way more. No offense. All right. That does look like it could be a me emote, Squirt Dangle. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Fro Yogan. 67.5k followers. Oh, she's only got VODs from months ago. Okay. So I can't look at what she's been doing. I only have like 15,000, 16, something like that. I don't know. Oh, I have like almost 19,000 followers. Okay, that's cool. I don't really. Oh. Twitch stream stats. Twitch statistics and trackers. Search. Frogame. Like, followers don't mean much anywhere, though. Frogan, average viewers, 81.5. I think that's better than me on Twitch. Yeah, she has 10 more average viewers than me. 10 more average viewers than me. Just live more frugally, I guess. I don't know. She's got to be like... Look, Frogan is not conventionally attractive. Let's not get me in trouble. Frogan is not conventionally attractive, so it probably doesn't work as well for her. But isn't it something like women get 5 times the income dudes do online? But maybe that's if you account for like third-party revenue streams. I don't know. There's something like that shit. I don't think she streams on YouTube. Maybe she does. I don't know. Alright. I'm going to encounter Andrew Ditch, I believe for the first time. I don't think I've looked at him at all, and I'm jumping in very late. Hopefully, it will either not matter that I don't have the background information, or Kiwi Tapes will summarize, like last time on the Ditch Files, or something.
Andrew Ditch is desperate. The last time we covered Andrew Ditch also...
Does he literally just have one long idiot hair like a unicorn's horn? Do you see that? It's perfect. he just has this one. Woo. There was a cosmetic in Gaia Online called an idiot hair. I imagine it's some kind of anime reference. Also, what's instantly fascinating is his second chin is like perfectly bulbous. That it's not chin and then second chin. He just has glob. It's like he's got a goiter almost.
Known as the Poop Squatch, he had found a new place to live and disappeared from the internet. For months we heard
Oh, it's just the angle. It's just the angle. He looks like... It's Mason Verger. If they do another Hannibal reboot, he could be Mason Verger and they wouldn't need any makeup.
nothing from Andrew, and many wondered if he would ever come back. But those who have been viewing Andy for a long time know that this is merely a stage in the cycle, and that things would eventually sour at this new group home he had found himself in. For those who don't know who Andy is, I highly recommend my first video, but a brief rundown would be Andrew Ditch is a man in his mid-30s who fakes a number of illnesses to try to get... Andrew Ditch is a man in his mid-30s who...
Oh, he's in his mid-40s, okay.
Who fakes a number of illnesses
so
to
he's
try
not
to
like
get
me.
benefits from the government.
I don't fake illnesses and I don't do it to get benefits. I just get like a lot of chest infections and stuff, okay?
And sympathy from people.
It's not me.
As well
It's
as
not me. It's not
satisfy
me.
some of his darker urges. In his search for all of these things, he has inconvenienced countless people, from police, crisis service.
Oh god, there's a third splotch, and then there's probably even more splotches. I feel like if I went out with that shit on a shirt, I would instantly get a phone call from Lucky Bee. She'd just know it, and she'd be like, "You need to go home right now."
Andrew has wasted thousands of hours of manpower on him. And Andrew also has the habit of documenting this and uploading it to YouTube, believing that it actually vindicates him, when really it just...
I'm not a cross-dresser. I wore my girlfriend's pants. For Americans, not underwear, I wore her tracksuit bottoms. Her trousers, her sports trousers. Because we both wear black tracksuit leggings. And hers ended up in my trouser drawer. And I put them on. And I was just like, oh, they seem a bit tight. Maybe I gained weight. No, it was actually just extra small sized tracksuits. And then I went to go to the store to get like some ingredients for dinner. And I noticed like they were riding up my leg and I had my ankles exposed. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Did I put on loads of weight? Am I bloated? No, just wearing my girlfriend's clothes.
Shows how much of a liar he is. The evidence behind this theory is that when things are going good in Andy's eyes, he posts nothing to the internet. And his definition of good is placement in a home where people have to wait on him hand and foot. But eventually, things sour. The caretakers realize that Andy does not have the illnesses that he claims to, and they start to demand more independence from him.
Is one of his illnesses being a rogue trader? Why does he have... He has like glasses that look like eye protection for when you're using a bandsaw, and he has ear protectors like he's going to use a pneumatic drill. Or...
Inevitably leading Andy right back to YouTube. And that's where we find ourselves today, where he proclaims himself a safety hazard and in need of 24-hour care. Proving this by burning a bunch of food, all because he was mad that there wasn't a caretaker there to fix it for him.
So, people think I don't need help.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna show them I don't need help. I'm cooking something in the oven, and we'll see what happens. Just documenting this because don't want to get...
If you can upload a video to YouTube, you can set a timer on your phone.
hurt, but also using this for legal in case something happens.
All right.
Everybody who's other 40-year-olds can cook, right?
You might be surprised, but heat something in an oven, sure.
40-year-olds can cook, so can I. It's hot right now, so I just let it go in my room, but I'm just gonna go in my room and wait for it.
Is he a Muslim?
My roommate is not home,
Is that a bariatric prayer rug?
so it's just me. So if something happens, I won't be able to get out. I know that. I hope I can, 'cause then
What do
if
you-
something happens,
Nothing's gonna You're just gonna have charcoal in your oven. It's not gonna burn the house down. What did he put in the oven?
because then I can sue. I know it's not safe for me cooking. But I wanted to eat something. I wanted to eat something hot, and I wanted to
Is it? Place your bets. Is that tater tots or chicken nuggets? I didn't notice if he said.
do it because everybody else at 40 could do this, and I forgot
I think tater tots are more autistic than chicken nuggets.
it, and I got hurt. I did see this with the storm watch. I plan on getting lost. And running away and not coming back. And I know that it's not gonna end well.
Andy claims that everything he's been doing is dangerous, and that he knows it is, but that he's doing it because people tell him an average 40-year-old can. This was all out of defiance, almost a form of extortion against his caretakers.
But also, it's really funny because if it's actually far, excuse me. I don't like if he left chicken nuggets in there for like a week on full blast, they aren't gonna jump out of the oven and burn his house down. It's just gonna smell bad. Oh, 6-0. It does. I get like 10%.
Like window insurance from a local mobster.
When you buy Rogue Energy using my code or via my link, I just get a percentage of what you spend. It's just straight up is you get your energy drink and I get money.
Andy says that if they don't comply with his demands, something bad could happen. And it does, right after he gets done burning all this food. The video cuts to him in the back of a police car, being driven back to his home, after apparently running away.
Recording for witness. My name is Andrew Ditch. I'm in UPMC police, and if I get sent to a shelter, I'm running away.
You're not gonna do that.
Oh, I'm not doing that because you don't. I'm going to my house. How do I file officer misconduct on you guys? Can I have a card number to make a point?
Yes. If you want.
It's interesting because I feel like there are cracks in his performance. The level to which he is pretending to be retarded is incongruent with someone being able to say, "How do I file police misconduct?" Someone as retarded as he wants you to think he is wouldn't even know that phrase.
Thank you, because
My name's Sergeant Hamilton.
Sergeant
They wouldn't say misconduct.
Hamilton.
Lieutenant Barsotti.
Give me your names and spelling of it on business card and a way to make a formal complaint.
I don't have a business card, but if you file a complaint with me, I'm gonna go to the right place.
Business card is like a good play, but again, it does read as stupid person pretending to be full retard, saying what they think a retard would say.
We're just giving you a ride because we care about your well-being.
Well, they should have done a Medicaid cap then.
Andrew, this would have been a long walk.
Yeah,
It's cold too.
I don't get cold.
You're shivering a little bit.
I'm shaking because I'm nervous because you guys at me.
We're not here to hurt you.
Yeah, well, you guys were doing that, yeah. And trying to say that you can send me to a shelter that's not able medical to take care of me.
Okay, we were just trying to keep you from running off. Okay.
Yeah, well, you're still putting me in danger, either if it's here or the shelter, you know. And I'm going to make sure we follow up with.
That was very Canadian. Maybe he is retarded.
Right onto Home Street.
And you know I'm right about that. Because I'm
Fair. You don't want the like, I presume it's like anime porn. You don't want the porno drinks in your house. Rogue Energy has smutty products as well, but they spun off like a separate business for that, and you like it's a whole. I don't remember what it's called. It might even be called like Sexy Gaming or something. But they do like cups with titty art on it, but it's separate from everything else.
Not capable of taking my medicine or cross the street or take care of myself or stranger danger.
Which is exactly why we didn't want you running out of the hospital.
But you want to put me in a more dangerous spot away from my anxiety medicine or my other medicines.
Those aren't the arrangements that we made, Andrew. Straight? You know where we're going?
Ooh,
Yeah, Dollar
there are
General, where-
stories from his family. I might watch Kiwi Tape's first video on my own time.
I go every day knowing it's not safe. I'll keep doing that knowing it's not safe because I need someone to take care of me.
Okay, why do you go if you know it's not safe?
Because who else could get food and bread and water and stuff? Even though I've almost got hit by cars. Nice hair job allowed me to hurt my head too when I was getting upset and back. That's legal issue. Doors open like always is. My
That's a
box of
legal issue.
diapers here. Have a good one.
Hang on, where's Eric?
Thank you. Have a good one. You have no authority here. I'm still recording, sir. And you're in my house without Erie Police being here.
He was at the hospital and was discharged.
Unsafely, because other agency discharged me for showing my very bad skin rash. Oh, you ripped my book bag. Hey, can I have your business card, sir? Can you write that down on a piece of paper?
Sure.
Again, that feels like a bit.
For me, because I'm making claim on this. And if you feel it's not safe without having a caregiver, you need to call Erie Police or something. I'll show you this. See, I need 24-hour care.
Okay, well, nobody's here to care for you.
Yeah. And nobody's at the shelter that you were putting me to take my
But there's
medicine and
people that
stuff.
supervise that.
But they can't help my hygiene and stuff. I know that kids, they will not love me at that shelter.
Another very important
Okay.
stage in the Andrew cycle is him calling the police constantly. When it's all good and things are going his way, he doesn't call them, he doesn't bother hardly anybody. But as soon as his caretakers start to demand more independence from him, this always happens. And this is far from the only time that the police appear in this
He's
video.
like one of those high-powered CEOs. They need as much mental load taken off that isn't anything that causes mental load and isn't core to what matters. They do what they can to become more efficient. They just have a wardrobe with all their clothes laid out for them. They need a maid, so that they don't even have to think about it. So that's a little bit more processing power towards ripping all of us off. Andy Ditch is just following in their footsteps.
Throughout the years, Andrew has
Except he wants someone to wash him and cook nuggets.
had countless filmed interactions with them, and even more that aren't filmed, but this is a new town that he's been living in, and I feel like the police are just now becoming accustomed to what he was pulling in New York. They've definitely been made aware that he is a problematic individual in the area, who frequently calls over nothing. It seems like the thing that really has Andrew mad is that he doesn't have 24-hour care, that he is left alone at the home during certain points in the day. I assume this only started happening recently, possibly because caretakers have quit or requested reassignment due to Andy's antics, but what's for certain is Andy is not happy. And whenever Andy isn't happy, it's usually someone else's fault. And that someone more often than not is the police. Andrew wanted to file complaints against the officers you saw in the last video,
I saw.
and they told him that all he had to do was go
Just-
down to the
just
police
got a little
station
whip.
to do so. And Andy took this literally, going out of his house, walking towards the police station, only to trip and then call the police, furiously blaming it all on them.
You have reached the City of Erie Bureau.
This is Looney Tunes, and I don't just mean crazy. I mean it's literally like a Looney Tunes bit. He's Bugs Bunnying out.
Police. Okay, please press 615.
What's your number?
615.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Stanford Below. How can I help you?
Okay, I'm Andy Ditchcon. Because I listened to you guys, I'm going to the police station to make an officer complaint for violating my rights and not helping me with my criminal complaint and investigation.
Okay.
I got hurt because you guys told me to go walk into the police station and make my complaint. I did what you told me to do, even though you guys know it is not safe for me crossing the street. And I hope you like having somebody get hurt because they don't have situational awareness because of their disability. And my caregivers are really mad about it. And I plan on taking this call and the other calls too.
It seems like he has extreme situational awareness, though, just warped towards bizarre and retarded ends. Always aware of exactly how he can create some fucking dumbass scenario like this.
News media to show Erie police not only
in ways no one else would ever think of.
Running off the road and wrecking vehicles, but also refusing to stop crime in the community.
New Sopranos season is a bit strange.
And also for putting me in danger. Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Tone! Why you stop wiping yourself?
Thank you for putting me in danger. Thank you a lot.
Take it easy, Zara.
Thank you a lot for denying me my right to due process and criminal complaints. You did an awesome job. You did an awesome job. Yeah, good job. Be proud. Yep, be proud. Yep, be proud.
After being hung up on once, Andrew calls the police once again, claiming that he's lost, and it's still all their fault.
911, what's the address?
I don't know where I'm at. I'm looking for help with how to get to the Erie Police Station to make an officer complaint.
Okay, yeah, I can give you the phone number.
I've been trying to call, but they're refusing to help me make complaints, and I'm in danger. I'm on 26. I'm on West.
Bro, the call to the emergency line with the retard talking like a retard, saying you don't know where you are and you're in danger, and then there's a child's voice. He's lucky people don't shoot him. He's lucky he doesn't get like some sort of team with guns coming out after him.
26 and East 26.
Okay, you're trying to actually get.
Not at all, MG. This is my first encounter with him.
Yes, even though it's dangerous for me, and I almost got hit because you guys deprived me help.
Okay, it's 626 State Street. You know how to get there?
I'm on State Street and 26th Street. I'm on the intersection of State and 26. Which way do I turn?
Okay, what direction are you facing there?
I'm right at the Erie Veterans Place.
Direction, bro.
I don't know where I'm at. I'll have a stranger to help me. Oh shit, I almost got hit by a car because you guys, I didn't see that car. Oh no, I'm coming to you guys because I didn't see.
It's like watching an obnoxious Zoomer IRL streamer fucking with people, but it's someone genuinely trying to leech as much as he can from support systems.
That car, and you guys
It's really surreal.
Rights. So I'm going in person to make a complaint about that too. And the Attorney General's going to help. Which was the police department?
Yeah, you're going to need to go north. Quite a ways.
You don't know which way? Can you tell us?
It's almost to 6th Street, okay, in Perry Square.
Okay, where's that? Police station. Where do I go for that?
So for the Erie Police Station, that's 626.
I'm on. Can you help me? I have a disability.
Okay, excuse me.
You don't need to say it. You like really don't need to say it. She needs to Adventure Time. I'm not going to find the damn clip, am I? Where he goes up to the lady and says, "Did you take a bath?" And she says, "Don't ever talk to me." That's what the woman approached by him needs to say.
He's on State Street.
I'm recording.
Like Collegiate and Country Fair?
They discriminate against people with disabilities of color.
Andy has also been getting a lot more brazen when it comes to contacting members of the public, usually when he claims he's lost. We saw this before in my last video where he ran outside and contacted a neighbor, once again claiming to need help. And these poor people have no idea what they're getting themselves into. I doubt they know that Andy is recording almost everything, but I have to keep in mind that this isn't Tonawanda. Andy isn't well known around the streets of Erie yet, but I'm sure that will quickly change, because Andy has been an absolute menace to the town of Erie, Pennsylvania. Aside from wasting all of these police resources, Andy has also been going into stores and causing disturbances, the biggest one being on Halloween, when he urinated all over a convenience store.
Look, I'm peeing. Sorry about that. Sorry, I had a little pee out here.
The fact that
What if he's just the greatest IRL streamer of all time? What if he is just in character 24/7? And what if he's actually a genius?
Andy was recording shows me that this was pre-planned. It is yet
I think he just said, just have a little pee out here or something. That's incredible.
another instance of him trying to prove that he needs
That's like a 90s or 2000s comedy starring the retarded character.
help, when he's really just proving that he's a terrible person. He's doing this all out of spite, because he thinks that his caretakers are not giving him the help that he needs, or more accurately, the help that he wants. It's clear to me that the group home is aware that Andy is capable of more than he claims, and that he gets enjoyment out of people waiting on him hand and foot, and all of that seems to have stopped, especially since his former caretaker/enabler Nicole cut contact. And of course, Andy blames all of this on either the police, his caretakers, or people online, usually in videos, but sometimes in his community posts, some of which can get pretty wild.
That shit's
Tomorrow,
always good.
I plan on running away and not bringing me my phone, communication device, anything, because I plan on sleeping in the snow and on the streets.
That's so good. It's a perfect development of the histrionic 14-year-old chav girl.
Protective Services,
He's a master.
I'm going to redact that name, said he didn't care. It's my choice to hurt myself. That's what he said. The same thing with Crisis Services. The same thing with everyone. So I'm doing what they want me to do. I just will do it. Watch me. Once again, more proof of Andy using him running away.
He kind of looks like an obese, bald Steven Crowder here. Does anyone else see it? Like, it's in his eyes. Is anyone else seeing, like, obese, bald Crowder?
As some sort of blackmail. People are not complying with his version of reality, so he's just gonna run away, and it's all your fault. Andrew will constantly surf the internet looking for posts or videos about himself, and then try to refute almost every claim. And what's kind of interesting is Andy addressed recently why he might do all of this, and a lot of it seems to do with ego.
And there's the first thing I want to bring up with you is the I already know syndrome. When you're talking to someone, maybe you're telling your kid that they have to do the laundry.
Your kid?
Or not to do that. And you start lecturing them, and then they start finishing your words. You basically see that, oh gee.
When he actually cares to be understood, he speaks significantly more eloquently. Like right now. Still trying to come across as a retard, but far more eloquently, because he actually wants you to understand what he's saying, not just get the impression that he's retarded. Yeah.
They know that. And sometimes that may cause you to get aggravated with them, and basically you lose the respect to that person. So here's where I could give you an example where I do things like that. So people tell me all the time not to go on the internet to reddit.com and look up my name, not to go on Facebook searching my name, not to go looking at YouTube videos made about me by other people. And I always seem to go doing it, and I don't understand why.
To call Andrew Ditch the Walter White of malingering is not a stretch. Andy almost takes pride in how much hell he can inflict on people's lives, and he just can't stand that people are not buying into his ruse, because he thinks that highly of himself. Andy is extremely manipulative, and believe it or not, egotistical, so it's hard for him to just sit back and watch people see through all the lies. Andrew
The way he talked to the operator, they're like, "Oh, you did a good job," blah blah blah. It shows an edge of that, yeah.
Andrew isn't just always raging at these people, sometimes he's trying to subtly manipulate them, like this video I'm about to show you, where he tries to ask the internet for permission to be diagnosed.
Hey, YouTubers, Andy Ditch here. So I want to ask you guys a question, okay? And what I want to ask you about is, I don't think I have autism or anything.
Okay, sure.
Because that's what people said on YouTube about me. And because
Maybe we can find it with the power of AI. I'm gonna ask Grok. Grok, send your tendrils out to the web. How did the YouTuber Kiwi Tapes pick his name? Let's see if it can find anything. If there is anything out there. Who knows? Ten results. It's just going to be people talking, right? It's going to be people talking about the very same thing. And then Grok is going to say, people say, oh, there's a rumor that blah, blah, blah. It's from Kiwi Farm, says Simi. But there are people here claiming that they have listened to him say explicitly that it isn't. So it'd be interesting to get some sort of confirmation either way. Not that it matters that much, it's just curious. Because I would have assumed that's where it comes from. Because he doesn't sound like he's from New Zealand to me. Which would be another explanation. Grok is big searching. He could, of course, have just not been telling the truth when he said that. It's always a possibility. Online, and only online. In real life, people have to tell you the truth. Did you know? Many people don't know this. Grok was unable to reply. Are you fucking shitting me? Whatever.
Feel that way because what people say on Reddit. I'm coming here to ask you a question about if...
That would be interesting, Pastry Gay. Yes. Let's hear him talking normally then. I think Lucky Bee must be home by now, and she'll be... If she looks in the fridge, she'll see an absolute abomination. From 2015.
Okay, guys.
I saw it. Brown mess. I did not shit in the fridge. I did not put poop in the fridge.
Okay, hello guys, I'm Andrew from eBest PCs here. I'm going to show you how to hook up a wireless network into an existing
what single connection computer internet connection.
I think he's clearly a bit of a Dumbo. As if that needed to be said, but even here, but yeah.
So what you're going to need is a wireless modem, or I'm sorry, a cable modem or DSL modem, something like this here. This here happens to be a Motorola Surfboard SB6141, which is a DOCSIS 3 cable modem that can support up to speeds up to 300 megabits per second. Download.
Here's the thing. He has a fucked up cadence here. He does have moments where he hesitates. He does have long pauses in places where other people would normally.
Then you're going to need a wireless router, something similar to this here. Some routers you won't have to install antennas, some you do. But in this case, this one comes with antennas, so you had to install them.
I can accept my autism intellectual disability.
If he legitimately went from that to this with no triggering factor, he probably needs like fucking brain scans. Like, doesn't that indicate something catastrophic is going wrong physically?
Diagnosis to allow me to get help from people, and also if I can have help with taking if I'm allowed to have help wiping and getting a shower and diaper changes and stuff. I'm asking you guys on social media if I am allowed to accept that.
My humble opinion, Andy, is that you don't need any of that. Are you allowed to get all of these things? Sure, but they should be on your dime, because you are fully capable of taking care of yourself. You just find this way of life more enjoyable or easier. Like I said before, this is all just another way to try and manipulate people. Andy usually takes a confrontational stance with people calling him out on his shenanigans, so perhaps he thought that this change of approach would be beneficial. But it wasn't. Anyone that watches Andy for long enough sees right through his behavior. It is only a matter of time. There's also another aspect of this that I've rarely touched on, but is also a big reason why Andy is the way that he is, and that would be the pain medication that he also gets from medical professionals. Another reason why Andy is mad that his caretakers aren't there 24/7.
Whoa. When we say pain medication, we're not talking paracetamol.
That they're the ones holding some of his stronger pain management. And it's funny how little Andy talks about this on his own. It's something that he tries to keep under wraps more often than...
Oh, if that shit's real, that's... Okay. If he's addicted to analgesics... That would just explain everything.
Not mainly focusing on hygiene issues, but just recently he's become a
Dilaudid doesn't turn you into a retard. No, but I'm saying everything could be in his retard brain a path to getting access.
More vocal about his displeasure towards his caretakers for not giving him the medicine that he so desperately wants. What you're about to hear is a call between Andy and his father Tom, where Andrew is complaining about a similar situation.
Dad, I am in pain, and they don't even have given me my medicines. My morphine is with them, and my other medicines, and I'm in a lot of pain right now.
What would you like
and
me to
they
do?
forcing me to sit outside.
Where are you sitting outside? Outside the house?
And I'm in wet pants. I don't even have a diaper on, and I'm freezing cold. And they have left me, so I don't even have a ride. And even if I did, I didn't even have my medicines.
And why did the cab leave?
Because I tried to jump out when I was just trying to get help. I don't want to go back to your house. And I don't know what to do.
Really sounds like you're just making it a lot worse. What do you think, Joe?
I'm making it a lot worse, right?
Yeah, by saying that stuff.
Watch the play. Watch the play. Get the full-time care. Get the full-time care. Force people to be around him. Then be a nightmare for those people. And stop being a nightmare if they get you your opioids. Is that the play? Maybe? Is he smart enough for that? Like, that's retarded. But is he smart enough for that retarded scheme?
I'm freezing cold, wet, and I don't even...
You heard that Mutahar isn't actually married? I think his friend was saying that when I was looking at his stuff a year ago, and it was just like... I think the explanation was it's like when people in the UK call their girlfriend wifey.
I'm never diapered.
Well, you're the one that signed out.
I
Or
did
the
not
missus
sign
when they're not
out,
married.
And I almost got hit by a car when I was crossing the street out in front, but it was too bright for me.
After getting off the phone with Tom, Andy decides to call some kind of crisis services and to demand...
Sorry, not what people don't say wifey here, OMG Trey. I was thinking of when they say the missus, but they're not married.
that they help him getting medicine.
211 Lifeline. Can I have your name, please? I want help, please. I don't have a place to go, and we're done. I'm wet, I'm cold, and the hospital discharged me, and I'm in physical pain. What's the new primary doctor?
The thing I'm most interested in Mutahar now, like, the one leftover thing I'm interested in is his alleged logistics business with his father's friends, I think he said. Some friends of relatives or relatives, and that's how he plans to retire, on the back of a logistics business. Got a bunch of trucks. Wonder if that's real.
They won't set me up with the testing I need. They won't set me up with health aids. They say I don't need the help. They won't. You're in the street.
And he, as far as I could tell, he only talked about it once or twice. But the once or twice he talked about it, he went into quite a bit of detail about how that's his real plan. That's how he retires. That's how he gets into his real dream position of making a movie.
I'm trying to get in the street right now. In the street. Okay. But where? I was in the middle of the street. I don't want to be...
See, the hospital police, by law, allowed me to stand in the middle of the street, and they did nothing.
So Andy is now standing in the middle of the street, out in front of the hospital, who have decided he does not need any of the medicine he claims he does. And someone comes running out to try and get him out of the street.
Andrew!
I'm on Team Drug Fiend. Kiwi Tape says he rarely mentions it and Ditch avoids it. I see, like, Drug Fiend in everything this guy does now.
Andy!
Maybe I don't...
Hey! Andy!
What? You had your chance to help me. Leave me alone.
Here, Andy. I don't know what happened.
You had your chance.
No, is that security? Is that security?
Yeah.
The officer that responded to the situation said that she knew very much of Andy, and that they had an interaction with him 3 days ago, over similar circumstances. It's like I said before, the footage Andy releases is just a sliver of what's actually happened, but it's clear that he's becoming very well known to the police in the area.
Because everything is about getting carers, getting institutional help. And you can view that as, like, he gets off on having people, wait on him or whatever. You can also view it through the lens of everything he's angling for increases his proximity to fucking morphine.
It's also clear that he's maintaining a relationship with Tom, at least over the phone. Andy has been calling him constantly to complain about group home issues, and once again he has decided to start posting those. But I'm so glad that he did. It shows just how fed up his father is with him.
Last night when you said that people see me having no caregivers for 2 weeks now it's 3, going on 3, and I'm getting by. So they're going to think that I can be independent and do things on my own. I use that comment, even though I know I can't. It's not safe. I'm having a hard time. My behaviors are showing it. My frustration, the fire, the burns, the falls, the headbanging, the wandering.
Yeah.
You know I'm retarded. I listen to metal.
All
3 square
have
eggs. That's always a possibility.
issues with why, and
Maybe having someone change your diapers feels amazing when you're on morphine. Have you ever considered?
also the bad
Have you
cramps,
ever
the
considered
blood
that?
pressure issues, the weight change, the I told her, I told her how I have been having a hard time coping with the thunderstorms that have been happening here, and how I hit my head to get upset. And I was able to do that on my own, but that's one time out of 20 times. My blood pressure extremely high. I need batteries, by the way.
My blood pressure extremely high. Everybody transgender.
And then I have a hard time where I leak out of my diaper a lot. I haven't been drinking like I should and eating like I should. And I'm having a real hard time getting by.
So what are you doing, Bonehead?
I don't know.
That called your name, you know.
What?
Called you Bonehead.
Yeah?
Yeah, and the answer to that, so must mean that you're Red Dog.
No.
Yes, it did. You answered that, so Red Dog and Bonehead comes in together. Right, Chewy? Chewy's a big bonehead. Andrew is a bonehead, Andy is a bonehead, Andy is a big bonehead.
Andy is claiming that by him making it without having caretakers in the home, it's proving that he doesn't need any of that help. And that's something that he simply can't abide. So that's part of the reason why he called Tom. But another reason, I believe, is because he always wants to have the backup of returning home. Having Tom and Joe take care of him isn't his first option, of course, but if all else fails, at least he won't actually have to take care of himself like he can. Tom does put up with Andy's nonsense, but also seems very annoyed with it, and I can't blame him because Andy's claims are getting more outlandish by the day. In one of his more recent videos, he compared himself to Senator John Fetterman because Fetterman made use of an AAC device in the aftermath of a stroke. Needless to say, Andy never misses an opportunity to make the situation about himself.
AAC device. Oh, the speak and spell. The speak and spell. The Billy the cat.
Hi everyone on YouTube. I hope you're having a good day. I know I'm struggling, but I'm doing what I can do to get by at these difficult times. But I am here to share with you a video of things that I have been trying to do differently. I have a problem in life where I take what everybody says about me and try to please them and giving them what they want instead of the things that I need. I don't have clear boundary settings. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to respond in conflict with others. United States Senator John Fetterman had a heart condition that caused a stroke. Oh no, he's not doing good. That makes me sad. You know why? Because he shares the same condition as I do. Okay. So, here we go. But I, on the other hand, need people to talk to me in short and simple sentences. Use direct language and don't sugarcoat it. I will have them help me dry off.
How does it feel to be tarred-mogged by Fetterman?
Off completely down in the land below and help me put on my diaper
and then I'll get dressed and then have them tie my pants. I'll do that. That's what I've been doing with my caregivers. The problem becomes I need consistency in that. And this is where I would poop on me and urine, and that's why I'm confused by this. Now you guys see why it's hard for
with poop on me. I feel down the stairs and spaghetti on me.
Me to cut an apple. Why I get burned a lot. Why I have trouble.
So just give him one of those fucking... I have one of those. The plastic apple cutter where it's got all the segments. You just put it on top of the apple and BAM! Perfectly sliced and cored.
Trouble putting a pan in the oven. Why I have trouble crossing a street.
You put the pan in the oven just fine. It's the taking it out on time you deliberately failed.
Andy's high opinions of himself have led to a lot of conflict in his life, and not just with people online. As you've seen before, Andy has had numerous interactions with the police in the town of Erie, but as time went on, the frequency of these interactions only increased. The entirety of the Erie Police Department was now well aware of what Andy was up to, and would no longer be so soft with their responses to him, and this of course causes Andy to freak out. He has absolutely no issues raging on the police officers, which is what you're about to see in this next clip.
Okay.
Yes?
What do you need?
I don't know.
Okay.
What are you here for?
Don't be... Okay. There's a police officer L.
I don't know.
Okay.
What are you here for?
Nah, not on board with spitting, brother.
I didn't call.
Okay. Do you want us to leave then?
I didn't do anything wrong, did I?
I don't think so.
I think I'm in danger because I'm not safe being taken. I'm without hope.
We've talked about this before. I've talked to you about this about...
What's your name?
We've talked about it a million times.
What's your name? Can I have your supervisor here so I can file an officer complaint? Because you're not... criminal neglect is against the law.
It's not criminal neglect.
It is neglect.
It is not neglect.
You're banning my care. You're in charge of your own care. No, I'm not. I'll have a disability. I'll have...
You don't have a disability.
I don't?
No, you don't. We already looked up all of your information.
Oh, okay. Then you said I don't have a disability? Can I have your supervisor? What's your name?
You can have a supervisor, but we've went over this.
What's your name?
I love the idea of Karening out because someone won't accept that you're a retard. That's just fucking incredible. That's one of the greatest things I've ever experienced.
That's up to you.
What is your name? What is your name?
494 is my badge number. It's up to you to get your...
What is it?
I think at this point, if he just said to them, give me this much morphine a week and I'll never call these numbers again, I bet he'd get it.
If you want around the clock care, you have to qualify for that, and you have to...
I do qualify for that. You're saying I don't?
I don't know why you don't have it then.
You're saying I'm faking? I don't have a disability? Get your supervisor here.
I've already seen all the videos. You did this stuff in Ohio. You did it in New York.
Okay, then guess what? I'm moving out. I'm moving out, and you can't do anything about it because you can't cherry pick. You can't 302 me because you said I don't have anything wrong with me. Good. I'm moving out right now, and you can't do fucking shit.
If you want to walk in the snow, you're allowed.
You can't fucking do shit. You can't fucking do shit if I get hurt. You can't do anything because you think I'm faking it. So I hope I get hurt because of you guys. Yeah, you did. You said I'll have you on fucking tape. I'll have you on fucking tape.
I've watched the videos and I know what you've done in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. It's over, Andy.
The attention of police.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, here, I'll call 911 for help.
But Andy is still not done with the police for the night. After this interaction, Andy decides to...
Police officers chilling back at base. Back at the station, watching a Kiwi tape summary of Andy Titch when he gets the call.
Start wandering the streets, and is eventually found by police, who ask him why he's laying in snow.
And I'm just doing what you guys told me. Your supervisor said that when I was recording you guys. And I'm just trying to find my way to the police station to file an officer complaint. And then I'm going back home.
but I know it's not safe for me. But how do I get to the police station so I can make the complaint? And I'm allowed to get hit by a car because I have trouble crossing these streets? You told me that's how I had to make an officer complaint. That's why I'm making my complaint. Well, I still don't have a way down there tomorrow, so it's without traffic right now. It's safer without traffic, right?
True.
Insurance doesn't cover 24-hour care for no reason.
But even after this, Andy still wasn't done. He demanded that a supervisor be sent out to his house so that he could file an officer complaint against the officer who said he faked. And this interaction goes worse than the other two before, when Andy realizes that even the supervisor isn't going to play his games.
Your name, please?
How you doing today, sir?
Your supervisor?
I'm a supervisor, yeah.
Okay. What officer came to my house it's a little while ago?
We did.
What's his name and badge ID number? What's his badge?
Listen, you called me up here.
And what's your name?
I'm up here to give names.
And what's your name?
Corporal Paulson. What's going on?
I have documentation to show I'm not faking. I'm a vulnerable adult. I'm a care-dependent adult.
I'm not looking.
Why I could offer the reason why you're here is because he called me fake. I don't need any help.
You said you were fake.
No, I have it on tape, and it's also on body cam.
Look up apple cutters. They're a little tard coated. We've got a cute one where the plastic around the outside is in the shape of an apple. It's so Lucky Bee, when she's going to work in the morning, can just put an apple on the table and go bam. And then it's just fucking done, and she puts it in her bag.
I didn't call you a fake.
Yeah, you did. That's why you said you won't help me with. I didn't call you guys. Crisis Services did.
You called Crisis Services.
Because I need help.
What did you need help with tonight?
I'm not able to take my medicine. I'm not able to shower properly. I'm not able to eat regularly. I'm not,
Why not?
getting help I need. I'm enrolled in waiver, as you see.
Why aren't you able to do that?
Because I'm waiting for a new caregiver agency. That's why.
Yeah, but Crisis Services is not a caregiving
But
agency.
I understand you can't 302 me because autism and other disabilities is not something to be 302. The reason why you're here is because your officers called me a fake, and I'm filing an officer complaint. And I have it on tape, and you can look at body cam videos.
So during the day tomorrow, you can go down to the station and you can file a report.
Sir, you want me to get hurt? I could go down there right now to file a complaint, knowing I.
It's quite a good strategy he has here. Asking over and over again, do you want me to get hurt? Because you know for a lot of them, they really want to say yes. I would want to say yes. It's actually good bait.
I could get hit by a car because I can't cross the street. That's my
why
disability.
You do it during the day.
Well, I could do it during the daytime too, get hit by a car.
If you...
You're willing to allow me to put me in danger?
Because if so, I'm going to leave.
Hey, I have rights, sir.
So do I.
Yeah?
We all have rights.
I have a right to file a complaint against officer misconduct.
I just told you how to do that. You're not...
And I can't get down there safely, and you're not allowed to put someone in danger, if I'm not mistaken, right?
So I think you need to focus on your caregiver. Why don't you get a caregiver?
Because I'm in the process of transitioning waiver.
Okay, so when you get a caregiver, they can help you get down there safely and...
But why are you guys not going to do anything?
Because the process to doing it is going down to
but
the station.
Isn't it...
You're just talking over me now. So.
What's criminal neglect?
The problem is that it's on him to get his care that he wants.
That's what I'm trying to
It's not
explain.
police's job.
But, hey, you're saying I'm faking?
I've explained this to him.
He's saying I'm faking it.
9 times.
Yeah.
Again, this is actually good bait. I would say yes. I don't know if I'd be able to control myself from saying yes. And then maybe I could actually get in trouble.
Can you arrest me?
I don't know. Maybe some lawyer would be willing to step in.
Because I'm faking it? I will do what Cleveland went through? Can you take this?
I'm not going to read through that.
What is,
I'm not here
what
for
is,
that. I'm
Your
here.
paperwork's your paperwork.
Yeah, it's my medical document.
And that's fine. You have to get your own care. That's not a police.
It's my own care when this is a doctor order right here. You're saying I can't get 24 and on to be unsupervised?
That's between you and your...
People talk about him state hopping, and obviously he's in a different place now to where he was before, and it's been discussed in this video. Fucking... How? With what money? Is this just funded by wealth? What's happening? I need the background on that.
case manager.
But this is my doctor saying this.
That's fine. But
You're putting a care-dependent adult in danger.
I presume this is all on taxpayers' dime, right?
And what's your badge ID numbers?
You can report all this too. You've called this in probably what? 15.
If you just pretend to be retarded, you can move wherever you want and have a house. Why are more people doing this? I have to assume a lot of people are doing it. That's insane. That's fucking mental. That incentivizes this behavior massively.
I was here twice last month. Yeah.
Because I have a disability.
I told you, that's on you.
How is that on me?
Guys, the stream's not going to be good for a while. I want to move, so I have to pretend to have a traumatic brain injury for a few months.
Or your guardian, your dad, could also do this for you to make sure that happens for you. If it doesn't happen for you, it's because you don't qualify.
Oh, I don't qualify?
I didn't say you don't.
Oh, I don't qualify? But you did say that. You did say that. Hey,
Fuck off.
I will run away and move out tomorrow knowing that I can get hurt and that you can't do shit about it.
You can go and go to sleep like you do every time that we come.
I'm going to run away. I can't feel cold, and I know I could die, and you can't do shit about it because you said I don't qualify.
An intentional act, that means that you did that on purpose.
No, I did not do it on purpose. Because I have a disability. No, I'm doing it because you said I fake. That's why. Go ahead, be a bully. I want you to be a fucking bully, you fucking pig.
Hey!
It's freedom of speech, pig.
That's rude.
Hey, you're discriminating against me. You call me a fake.
I never discriminated against anyone.
Yeah, you did.
Did you notice the subtle thing that happened there? They were very careful to not talk to him like he's the retard he's obviously retarded, but not to the degree he wants to be perceived as. And they were very careful to not talk to him as if he's as retarded as he pretends to be. But the that's rude was like a dad to a kid. The that's rude response, when they were trying to regulate their response to his aggression, they didn't just keep it mild. It's also tonally like how you talk to a full retard.
Calling me fake, you're letting me be put in danger because I can't take care of myself.
You cursed at me.
Freedom of speech.
You cursed at me.
I'm allowed to swear. Freedom of speech. Well, you're discriminating against me. You're a child because you bully me.
Despite all of this rage and frustration with his group home, along with the police, Andrew has still found time to pursue hobbies, ones that don't involve him posting hours of footage on YouTube. Andy would try to learn the guitar, completely contradicting his previous claims of having coordination issues and grip problems.
I mean, let's see him.
Yep. So
it might contradict the degree to which he claims to have these issues. It doesn't contradict fully the idea that he has coordination issues.
Anyways, I'll have the ID waiver approval. I've been given the funding. Yep. So, it sucks to be you guys.
WPC is fine at the drums, by the way. Like, he's not amazing or anything, but he's fine. He's fine.
Because you guys are going to be still trying to take that away, but
perfectly serviceable. Works in a band. Strongest part of the band he's in, by far.
But Andrew is also filming himself a lot. Sometimes it's brushing his teeth, sometimes it's complaining about the group.
Super Yummy Munchie Cat collab when?
Home. But the one that I found particularly interesting is him taking us around the house, basically showing us a day in the life. And it's all just another way for Andy to complain about his living situation, acting like he is so neglected and there's never anyone there to care for him, when he has demonstrated time and time again that he is complete.
He's black, of course he's fine on the drums. That's like a rare spin though. It's bass that black people can play by default. There's the occasional black person who's born able to play the drums, like the guy from Suffocation or David Haynes.
completely capable of taking care of himself. He just doesn't want to.
Eat lunch.
I'm trying a slow better. I will pause this after I get done going.
His drumming is far better than his rapping.
Trying to sit in the toilet. So just bending over makes me off off-centered. Okay?
I mean, to be fair, you are off-center when you bend over.
Being able to remind me, guys, this is gonna be harder because I'm using one. Hand versus two. I am going to put something a little bit heavy on here to
so far DSP level.
Show you what it's like having food. Now I gotta be careful not to drop this. Okay. I'm using
the DSP cooking video where he makes the one where I followed his recipe for his Express Gamer sandwiches. There's an element of that video that stuck with me because it's so insane. Where he's sorry, did I keep saying WPC? DSP he keeps doing everything with one hand. He does everything that's horribly awkward to do with one hand. Right? And then it comes to cracking eggs and he has to put his camera down. Cracking eggs is like the one thing he was doing in that video that's really easy to do with one hand. Cracking and opening an egg is just bam, and then 2 fingers one way, 2 fingers the other, just go whoop, and it opens. It fucks with me to this day. What's going?
One hand, and see, I'm unsteady. And then having to walk over here.
That's just normal. It's a little bit awkward.
Disaster waiting to happen. Yeah, I got it in there safely. But when you forget to use the oven mitt and then not have one because my group home threw out the one that was in there, taking it out. Whoa. See, that's exactly why using the oven is not safe. Did you see that plate start to slip? Because I started losing judgment.
It's weird because he's showing us shit that's fine. If you forget to use the oven mitt, it's a self-solving issue. You touch it and then you move your hand away because it's hot.
Of where things were around me.
It's fine to put plates in the oven. Asterisk. Depends on the plates. I have a feeling those are not okay to put in the oven. Some stoneware, you can put stoneware plates in the oven.
Making it harder for me. That's why taking a shower, crossing the street, being able to take climb stairs, carrying things in my arm when walking across the room, walking in my room, which is why the floor in my room is broken. Do you see the point why I would need help?
Oh God, were those curtains originally brown before he moved in?
And not having someone here to help me cook and being told that I can do it and there's nothing wrong with me doing it. Well, I had no freaking clue that the cancel button was how you turn it off. See what I'm trying to get at here, guys? You can't make this shit up.
Like I said before, Andrew is making these videos in an
Very
attempt to
easily.
make the group home look bad, showing us everything that he has to do on his own and obviously messing it up. It's like he said in that phone call with Tom, by me taking care of myself and being fine, people are starting to suspect that I really can. And that is absolutely the case. If medical professionals truly believed that
There's an easy test. Any new WPC tracks? Not recently that I'm aware of. Easy test to tell if he really can't cross the road safely. Run up on him. If he reacts, if he sees you coming and reacts, you know how to cross the road.
he needs the help that he claims, then he would most likely get it. But time and time again, the doctors have said that he doesn't need half the stuff he says, and most people believe it is all for his own personal gratification. I am among one of those people.
I gotta tell you
Andrew
as well, plenty of perfectly fine people who are not registered in any way as disabled can't cross the road. I was in Manchester for most of today. Slow ass tram, people can't get out of the way of it. It's bizarre. It is very strange. They can't do it. A tram is coming, they stand in the middle of the tracks. It's fucking...
Does all of this for the love of the game. It is a way of life to him, and that's why he starts to act up when people don't cater to his every whim. Like I previously said, it's a form of extortion, but it doesn't seem to be working anymore. These videos indicate a new stage in the Andy cycle having been reached. We have gone from quiet to complaints, which will most likely be...
And it seems awareness of him is national now. Wherever he goes, people will have seen the videos. Interesting. I'll catch up on him off stream, I think. Maybe while I'm editing tomorrow. I fucking love Olalilia, man. Is there any new stuff? You guys know Olalilia? All of Manchester is retarded? Most. Doesn't he look, any Opeth fans here in this playlist, doesn't he look like Michael Okerfeldt a bit? I don't know if he's still around. Olalilia is ill, and that's actually why his username is that. But he's one who is like totally harmless, benevolent even. Like he's not nasty. As far as I'm aware, he's not nasty in any way. And like he's just real weird. He's just weird and in a fine way. TikTok's worst degenerate, Mr. Piss Air.
With Gemini and Gmail.
I'll add it to the list, but I don't like that name. I don't think Olalilia is a lol cow. I don't think he qualifies. He's just weird and eccentric and ill. Right? I'll add it to the list. Mr. Piss Air, 40-minute video. Paul Breach. I know Topper Breach. Oh! Olalilia climbing? Doesn't Olalilia have like a fucking big problem with heights or something? Olalilia, beast mode stairs. Do you know what I mean by beast mode? He goes up the stairs on all fours. Even in public. Is this the Olalilia? Like, did he climb a mountain on all fours? He's not schizo. I think he's just very obviously quite autistic.
Here they come. It's gonna be exciting. Okay, I'm gonna keep my big...
Okay, it's Olalilia. Someone's saying they can't believe it's the same guy. Yeah, I guess he's just a dude who's growing. Severe OCD. That makes a lot of sense as well, yes. I remember when he was trying to get music done for his game. He had a protocol for contacting him. You had to put in a request to talk to him. So you'd email him with your request to send the actual email, and then he had to approve it, and then you were approved for a certain amount of time before you had to re-up your approval to email him and shit like that.
I was at this exact...
Yes, he was horribly scared of water, and there was a documentary that covered flooding in his area at the same time.
This lookout.
That looks really nice. I'd love to go there. I was thinking about mountains today. I like mountains a lot. And I really, really like mountains, and I like big hills and stuff, because I find they're not just different in the way a geographer or or a geologist might observe them, I think they have very different character. Like in the UK, there's like a soft warmth to them. Japanese mountains have a particular character that I find hard to describe. In fucking Iceland, all of those formations are just power. They just scream power. Like, it's really, I don't know. I'm really struck by mountains. Just figured I'd say.
For almost 20 years, and it's an extremely effective...
He's perhaps most well known for his pizza degreasing method. Do we have anything actually fresh? Someone reviewed his book. I believe his book has regular stat updates for the characters. November 25th stream, Alalilia.
As a test, I'm back on again, but I'm doing a test here just to see. Not seeing much CPU.
I was going to say he's looking kind of rough, but I'm pretty sure the last time I looked at him was like 15 years ago. So
I wonder what's going on here.
He returned to Twitch. 2 weeks ago, he started streaming. Yeah, he's just getting old. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Damn. 584 quid a month. Fucking nice, bro. Holy. Music composition stream. How he interprets the circle of... What do you mean 3/2-fifths? I'm very familiar with the circle of fourths and circle of fifths. What is the circle of 3/2-fifths? What is that? He's fucking balling out. I'm real happy to see this. I'm real happy to see this. Oh god, Patreon's freezing. Hex, are you familiar with the circle of 3/2-fifths? Am I reading this wrong and it's something I do know, but I'm just not interpreting right now? Patreon freezes my fucking browser, motherfucker. God damn it. God damn it. Something you might find interesting. Well, that's fixing. Hex, there's a guitarist called Ron Jarzenbeck. Guitarist for Spastic Inc. and later a band with Alex Webster and also some other stuff. He has an interesting compositional method involving tone rows, but it's not serialism. Just a game dev stream. Did he ever finish his job? His game. Holy fuck. I had too much food and it's killing me. The sheer effort to digest what I had today is laying me out. Let me close this. Oh my god, Task Manager isn't even fucking opening. Okay. We kill these. We reopen these. Close. Close. Let's start watching a video. What did I eat? I ate a bunch of different things, including this. I'm pretty sure that isn't black mold. I'm pretty sure I'm okay.
It's very easy, especially in a time period like this, to dunk on Americans, to dunk on the United States of America. There are many reasons to dunk on the U.S., to criticize the U.S., and especially to criticize U.S. politicians and elites. But there's a certain way in which that discourse takes place that often detracts from what the problem is on a larger scale, what the problem really is, and actually indicates that a lot of you are getting played. A lot of you in Europe, Europeans are going to be the focus, I would say, of this video, are getting discursively distracted. You're getting hit with the okie doke, as we would say, to pin the evils of the world and the darkening of geopolitics solely on the US and on ignorant Americans, or on poor, besieged Americans. But
I don't think that happens very much at all.
You're not recognizing how these patterns are unfolding in your own countries too. And the fact of the matter is that this applies to all non-Americans to a certain extent, especially people who are in Western countries that are not the United States, namely Canada, Australia, New Zealand.
I think Europeans hate themselves more than they hate America.
As well as in Europe, places that are inhabited by people of European descent to great extents, that were settler colonies, let's say, from people of European descent.
He loves that.
And it also has an impact on people like me and you, potential viewer, who are people of color, whose family comes from...
You're a person of color? You just... Now that I know that there's a large-ish, at least, contingency of people trying to become Asian, you don't look Asian to me. Is he meant to be Asian? He looked like a white person trying to be Asian.
From outside of the United States, whose family is not white, but...
Because I know the stuff people do to try and become Asian, you look like this, I just assume you're one of them.
You're engaging with discourses that are often dominated by these Eurocentric ideas. So where are we going to start here? Because this is a big topic. It's kind of funny, but I want to take you down a little bit of a rabbit hole in TikTok, and particularly in Black TikTok. This was a discourse that I was going to stay...
Black talk, if you will.
My mixed Asian Latino ass out of, as I usually do when it comes to diaspora wars. I, of course, am pro-Pan-Africanism.
Diaspora wars.
And try to stay as far away from participating in diaspora wars that don't involve my people. But this jumped a bit outside.
That was Diaspora Wars was an RTS on the Xbox that not enough people played.
Out of the scope of just Black TikTokers and Black cultural discourse. And it became a reflection of the exact problem that we're talking about. I'm talking, of course, about what happened with the Black Scottish guy. So
I don't know who that is, but okay. But also, I've noticed on X that a lot of internet Somalians fucking hate other minorities. They hate them so much. There are all these posts that are just like, white people don't like Somalians because we don't suck big white cock like all the other minorities. They're like, we're the only minorities that don't just exist to seek approval from whites. We're the only ones that aren't like that. It's amazing.
Here's how it started. This is the Black Scottish guy, Starboy Sobers Fitness. This TikTok just went viral randomly. It appeared on a bunch of people's feeds, and it became a really fascinating and really enjoyable point of discourse for a lot of Black folks internationally, particularly Black Americans.
Explain this to me, right? Explain to me why Scottish school holidays are a bit of a washout, right? It's been all right this year, but it's been a bit of a washout, and then we get...
I literally can't understand what he's saying.
To the week the kids go back, and without fail, you know you're hitting mid-20s temperature-wise that week. Every single year without fail. What is that? We need to move the school holidays 2 weeks later. I don't even know if that would make a difference. I think Scottish weather, the way it is, it's meant to be this way. It makes us...
So I know that many of you probably have no idea what he was saying, and I have to be honest, I kind of tuned out a lot of it too.
Something about when the school holidays are and the temperature.
The accent is very thick. As you can see, this is a Black Scottish man, and he's just having a rant, having a bit of a chat about Scottish weather.
Can I see that? How do I see that?
Pretty hilarious. I didn't know we come in Scottish. I didn't know they made Sterling K. Brown, he's a famous American actor, in Scottish font. Jesus, what is he saying? Who's coming from They Come in Black video? I thought I had an accent. So Black Americans primarily are just like having a great time in their first, for many of them, encounter with a Black Scottish person. Now, this discourse became the subject of a lot.
You know, you can just choose to talk like that, though, as well, right?
A lot of different fun things. This person's TikTok in particular started to blow up. Other people who were Black and from Scotland started.
So Beamstock. Beamstock says really seemed fairly understandable to me. I'm fucking horrendous at understanding regional accents. And it is actually a fucking problem for me because of where I live. I don't know what the fuck anyone around me says. like for real. I think I understood strangers better in Japan than I do at home. And not just because of all of the ones that speak Arabic.
To chime in, it was actually quite wholesome. But as you know, nothing good can stay and nothing innocent can last. And in particular, I decided I would start speaking about this because I saw this TikTok.
So I thought you said in particular, I decided I would start talking like this.
Last couple of days, we've just found out that the Americans didn't know that there was black Scottish people in Scotland, right? But the comment sections,
I can understand her.
for me, are just a little bit problematic. I'm not. Do white people like black people over there? And that doesn't really sit right with me. Like, don't do that. Of course we like them because they're just normal human beings living their life. Like, don't do that. We don't differentiate here. You're just Scottish. That's it.
I don't like normal human beings living their lives. The average person is not great.
Bottom line, you're just Scottish. We don't say.
You know, and for many of you, I know the eyebrow.
They stand in front of trams and throw vapes on the ground.
I was already raising, right? You can already see what's going on here. Of course, this is a TikTok from another creator who I'm not sure who this is, but you're going to see this content creator out of Unsolicited make a response to it and address what you probably are already noticing about this white Scottish person's response to this discourse.
White Scottish and black Scottish, that's not the way that it is here. It never has been that way here. If it has been, I've never been. How would we know because we're white? Well, we live here and it's a lived experience, right? So I just feel like it's a very American way of thinking and it's just not the way that it is over here.
Americans discovered this week that black Scottish people exist and that they're real. And
she is totally correct. He is going to pretend that she's saying something she didn't. I guarantee you that's what's coming.
There's this mutual love going back and forth between black Americans.
There absolutely is a much higher level in the UK of you just are Scottish or you just are English, versus in the US where you're a this American, a that American. And less of viewing it as a flavor of the thing, so they're not even going to perceive it in the same way there's people in the comments where they're like, blacks come in this now.
And black Scots, and in the comment sections, black Americans are asking the black Scottish.
Where does my accent come from? It's a combination of upstate New York and southern England.
People, is it safe for us to come over there? How do they treat you over there? How's life over there? And I've seen several videos like this from white Scottish people where they're saying, we don't do race over here. People are just Scottish. We don't differentiate. Trust me when I say this to you.
There's a lot more of that here than there is in the US. To the point where it's the mainstream here and not in the US is how I see it.
Every black person in the world,
it's kind of a problem, to be honest,
that lives in an either European or mainly white country knows that they're black. They have experienced microaggressions, macroaggressions.
Oh my
they have been
fucking God.
called names. They have been made to feel othered. They do feel othered, right? Whether it's super racism, a blatant racism like America, or it's covert
guarantee you'll recognize it more in the US, though, by a lot.
racism like it is in the UK. The UK is a very apathetic place where they're told not to bring up things and not to be too boisterous, not to voice your opinion too much. Whereas in America, we talk our
No. Not at all. There are clamps on specific opinions. But in general, no.
shit directly. And that's one thing I can say about everywhere I've lived in the world. Even though America is a racist place and has its issues, we still call out racism when it happens to us in the moment.
So I'm going to pause it there, and that's sort of the theme that we're going to start with, okay? And by the way, this is a topic and a theme that my partner, Nelly, has been bringing up with me for a very long time. I have no experience being in Europe. I have very limited experience with Europeans. She, as a black woman, has traveled to Europe and has experienced some of this kind of, let's say, cultural stuff.
Traveled to?
But this is where it starts.
Traveled
right?
to.
And there's a couple of things that happen here in this discourse that I think are really interesting besides
Traveled to. What do you mean by this?
Besides just the clearly quite distracted and microaggressive.
I spent 2 weeks in Japan. Let me tell you how the Japanese are. No, how long was she there?
Let's say downplaying of racism, which is very normalized in Europe. Another thing that happens is that of racism, distracted and microaggressive, let's say downplaying of racism.
She spent 2 days here. No, what the fuck are you talking about?
Which is very normalized in Europe. Another thing that happens is that when you say Americans are ignorant, it's like the foam fingers come out, the tifo gets rolled out, a bunch of air horns start playing, everybody starts chanting. It's just
like massively amplified, just in a different way to the US.
It's a winning formula. And you can blame American ignorance for so many things and get away with not...
And centered more on different races and ethnicities than it is in the US.
Exactly having your facts straight, or in fact perpetuating pretty harmful ideas just because people have been trained that strongly to be anti-American. And this is the thing, right? You can be anti-American government, you can be anti much of the American people and American culture, but a lot of anti-American discourse, maybe most of it, is actually steeped in
scope,
in Eurocentrism and elitism. And that's something that people don't want to acknowledge. It's something that you can easily wave away with a sleight of hand and say, oh, you ignorant Americans, oh, you're so sensitive, oh, da 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 da. When in actuality, just because you're criticizing America doesn't mean you're doing it right.
What world is it? What world is it? The hate on America is because it's like this fucking racist country. Wait, hang on. Am I confused? Americans are sensitive. But isn't his whole... Wait, I thought his point was that they contrast themselves with the US and say we're not like that. Now he's talking about painting the US as sensitive, whereas they're not, so they're past it. How can it be both? How can it be both?
When in actuality, just because you're criticizing America doesn't mean you're doing it right. Just because you're criticizing the United States and cultural elements that exist in the United States does not mean you're doing so in a way that's not harmful. And a lot of the time, you don't really have the space to speak on that kind of thing. You're not really in a position to be criticizing America in the way that you think.
True. The real answer is they shouldn't be, because it's just cope, because they know America's better.
You are. Does that make sense? Like, it's like throwing stones from a glass house. Europeans have been trained oftentimes to think of their own situation as so much better, so preferable to the average United States resident's situation, when in fact, there are lots of different issues, not just...
But do they view Americans as too sensitive to this stuff? Or do they view America as the place where racism is a problem, but not here? Which one is it? I'm lost. I think you need to go back, brother.
Regular issues in Europe, but like the same kinds of issues that America and the current American political economic situation is lambasted for. And that also has to do with the fact that these countries are extremely reliant on the US in a post-Marshall Plan environment. And this is Western Europe primarily, right? Because we're also not necessarily talking about Eastern Europe, which gets very much boxed out of these conversations. We're very much talking about this idea of the West too. Not to say that Eastern Europe does not also...
Eastern Europe gets boxed out of these conversations about racism in Western Europe. They're a huge part of the conversation there. Oversimplifications are happening here. Maybe on whatever plane he's talking about. Poland is indeed, of course. Poland is maybe... I feel like Poland's treated more like he's saying the US is treated. And there's a thing where it's like Poland is talked about like that, but then in the UK talking about like anti-racism, Slavs are a group that's majorly less now, much more of a focus on South Asians, protecting them and bigging them up. But for a long time, particularly around 2016 and on, for obvious reasons, the whole that we have a huge racism problem, look at how people are treating Slavs, was massive. I don't know. It's hard to follow what he's saying because I think a lot of the premises I don't think are real, and I'm trying to model the way he thinks things are and compare it to mine. I don't know what's happening.
So have a lot of its problems with this kind of chauvinism. But Western Europe, post-Marshall Plan, which is, if you don't know, post-World War II, the initiative that the United States made to basically rebuild so many of the Western European countries' economies in a capitalist fashion, which was primarily to rebuild post-World War II, but in a particular way that built resilience against the Soviet Union and Soviet imperialism. This kind of environment makes it so that a lot of what you guys do is the same as what we do. A lot of what happens here happens...
Is he using theory to deduce how things are rather than looking at how things are and seeing if it aligns with theory? Is that what's happening here?
Down the line to you. Everybody always talks about how, yeah, of course, the U.S. is the dominant global hegemon. And so what happens in the U.S. is news.
Like, it sounds like theory craft without actually looking.
Everywhere, right? But people don't recognize that also is...
Like, what he's saying sounds like it could work as a prediction, but it doesn't describe people in these nations now.
It's very contingent on the
You needed to be saying this a long time ago and saying that's what's going to happen, and then
relationship that your countries have with the United States. As the United States is building all this super profit as the leading global economy, and then all of Western Europe is these submissive allies to the United States, then obviously there's not really
submissive and breedable Europe. Okay, that's
much room for you to speak on how much better your culture and your economy and your life is in Europe than the US, because you wouldn't have any of that shit without the US. And frankly,
yeah, fuck 'em.
You suffer from a lot of the same problems.
Based.
And so these are the main problems. And when it comes to anti-blackness, that's how this issue becomes so crystallized, so clear. Because all you have to do is ask Black Scottish people about their own experiences, okay? This is a particular Black Scottish creator who chimed in with her own particular...
She's black? I think there's South Asian in there though.
Experience. Oh, I should show you that video actually first. She's on the train.
Spraying Dettol all over the place, saying the place was effing stinking, and then moved seat behind me and said to go back to your own country. None of that's related to me, right? Okay.
No, it's nothing to do with your colour.
I thought I was losing my mind. And I was and I looked up and I was like, sweet old lady, wouldn't he? Would they? Aye. Back to your own country. That's not right.
I know, so...
Thank you. No, I knew she was being racist.
So immediately as this is happening, you literally have somebody recording an instance of them facing racism in Scotland, which of course is in the rhetoric of anti-immigration sentiment. We will get there. But to be around here and saying oh...
Yeah, it do be happening. We have an example of an old lady saying go back to your own country.
Well, in Scotland, we don't care if you're Black Scottish or you're white Scottish. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? There's an old lady on tape. Come on, man.
Not only is that obviously not true, you have to understand that particularly for Black...
The Scottish bitch sounded pretty dumb. I don't think she was saying stuff like this literally never occurs in Scotland. I do not think that's what she was saying.
Americans, with their understanding of how racism works, saying that is a major red flag. That's not just oh, you're ignorant to what's going on. That's a sign that it's dangerous in a lot of ways. That's a sign that you're not even trying to clock the racism. You're not even aware that the problem exists. So when you're in a situation when you're facing racism,
you genuinely think that the woman in the video, the Scottish woman with the red hair, you think she'd be there and see that and go, no, that's not racist. That's just another person not viewing her as anything other than Scottish. No, not real. You are being incredibly unfair to that crazy TikTok bitch.
As a black person in these countries, let's say, you have very little resources. You have very few places to go. And there's very little understanding of what you're experiencing. You have very few places as a black person aware that the problem exists. So when you're in a situation when you're facing racism as a black person in these countries, let's say, you have very little resources. You have very few places to go.
What does she want? Like an axe? I mean, when you're on a train, true, not really anywhere you can go. Literally, you can call the police though. I guarantee they'll be sympathetic, especially in Scotland.
And there's very little understanding of what you're experiencing. It's so...
That would be a, what is it called? Non-criminal hate incident?
So easily downplayed. So that's actually a major red flag. And in a time period where everybody wants to look at the, the United States and say, yeah, the United States...
How about instead of TikTok, you look at the nation's institutions?
It's a peak of racism. The United States is the most racist country. Again, you're completely displacing the issue. Capitalism is what drives racism. Racism is an endemic part of capitalism.
I think the stream might be over. I think I might be done.
Capitalism. People kind of debated me on this when I made a community post about it. It's not that capitalism invented prejudice or invented systems of systematized oppression. Obviously, those have existed since civilizations have existed. But racism is a new thing. It's something that is 500, 600, 700 years old. In the space of all time, like all human civilization.
Is this going to be equivocation where you decide that racism just means any discrimination that occurs post a particular definition and understanding of whiteness coming into common usage? Is this the game we're going to play?
That's a relatively new thing. In its developed sense, especially in the way that the United States developed it, you're talking about like half that time period.
High-tech racism. Okay. He's not actually doing what I thought he was then.
Racism is something
he's doing like an even more finicky version of
that was invented by Europeans to justify colonialism. That is what we're talking about. We're using the term racism specifically. That's not prejudice. That's the idea of human races of humans. Mongoloids and Caucasoids.
Sorry, that's pretty good.
That's the idea of these people are actually a different race from us. So when we go to them and we throw the Bible at them and we cover them with our diseases and we genocide them and we take their land, we're doing that because we have.
And we cover them with our diseases. What does he think about that rhetoric used towards current immigrants? As it 2020.
Have to. They're not on the same plane of human existence as we are. So racism is a global issue. It is not something that they just do in America, but they don't really do over here. And I can't tell you how many times, again, this is not something that extends only to Europe. This is something that you see everywhere. This is something that you hear a lot from white Latin Americans. As a Latino, I'm telling you this right.
I feel that what he has is like a copy-paste cookie cutter thesis. That is not congruent with his examples.
Now you will see this in many.
This doesn't naturally springboard off of what you've shown me. You just wanted to say this.
Countries. There are a couple of countries where African culture, African roots of many of the populations are kind of elevated or given their space to celebrate, and there are a little bit more conversations about racial divides. Particularly, I'm thinking about Colombia and Brazil. But throughout most of Latin America, you have these ideas like, oh yeah, we're just like this post-racial republic. We don't really have racism here. You can't be racist because we're all mixed, right? Same bullshit as ever. And then, try coming home with a black boyfriend if you're mestiza and see what happens to your mestizo parents. See how they treat you if your hair looks a certain way, if you're out in the sun a certain way, if you hang out in certain neighborhoods, if you listen to certain types of...
out in the sun a certain way.
Music.
I'm
and
not familiar
see
with
how
that
they
one.
treat immigrants, particularly immigrants from particular countries. Because that's how racism manifests for most countries outside of the US. Like in the US, we of course have xenophobia, but we also have a type of racism that is based off of systemic apartheid within the nation, domestic racism, right? In a lot of other countries, because there's this idea of monoethnicity, whether or not it's actually based in reality or whether it's a contrivance like in Latin America, the racism manifests more so as xenophobia. And the xenophobia in Europe, it's fucking rampant. Look at what this woman had to go through. Obviously, this woman is a Scottish woman, but what is she getting told? Go back to your country. What country? I'm from Scotland. Cat Fiend says it's like that in Chile too. My bestie was treated better than some and worse than other cousins.
What country do you think the old lady meant? Can you take a guess?
Based on lightness. 1,000%. 1,000%. Racism is different in Europe, says Breadsticks. Not better or worse, just different. That's the thing. Like, I don't know if you can say better or worse, but for a lot of Black Americans or people who grow up in the US, the idea is the devil that you know and what you know how to deal with. Like that person was saying,
I've had enough. I'm gonna go. Go back to your own country. If I had the money, maybe. If I had the money, maybe. Could be good. I remember when YouTube would pay you to be black or gay. That was interesting in the early days of FameBit. FameBit worked a bit like Stream Elements and the self-service ads and the Twitch bounty board, where you could go and see where brands would put up, we'll pay you this and give you this if you can give us that. Or we'll pay you this much for every conversion or whatever. And they'd put it up on the board, and if your channel hit the threshold for the stats they wanted, you'd be able to just go, I'm taking this, I'm doing this ad. And for a while, Google was just paying people to say, I'm gay and I like Google. I'm black and I like Google. That was pretty crazy. Oh. And I think technically they weren't allowed to, like, say, know this race, know this sexuality. So I don't think there was any requirement that you actually had to be gay or black. You just had to be willing to say it in a video. And it was self-service. And it was self-service, to be clear. Obviously, if it was something you, like, applied for, they'd be like, no. But you could just go, yeah, I'm doing this ad, and do it. Just so you know. Amazing things could have happened, but as far as I'm aware, they didn't. Anyway. That's going to be all for this week. No big Bungie. I'm not going to watch a fucking Doctor Who video. Doctor Who-bajoob. I'll see you guys on Friday. I've got a bunch of editing to do. I'm considering doing a Nick Fuentes video. And by that, I mean Nick Fuentes talking to Piers Morgan. But, like, just go through it and show everything Nick said that Piers Morgan didn't pick up on. Because he has... People complain about... Or that people at least used to complain about Piers Morgan having, like, a bullying style and talking over people. But he was not doing that. And he was not doing that in the extreme in the Fuentes interview. And I think because he didn't understand what he was listening to. I think he literally couldn't understand what Nick was saying. Because Nick was saying a bunch of stuff where I was like, how the fuck did Piers not try and jump in on that? He just let it flow and he didn't go back to it. You think, yeah, I'm glad you said apparently. Piers absolutely understood it. He was just trying to brute force the raw numbers. Because that's the best he's got. Because you can't say socioeconomic factors anymore. It doesn't work. That's been burnt to the ground. I'll see you guys on Friday. Till then, stay safe. If you're going to a Christmas market, make sure there are metal bollards. I did. Thanks for the viewership, companionship, incredible generosity. I'll see you in a few days. Some weird shit, I'm sure.